Hi, my name is Brian LaPayower, and this is LaPayower Report. On today's program, my featured guest is an author, healer, spiritual teacher, and is the host and creator of God's Way YATUVAY. I have with me the hostess herself, Adolphina Shephard. Adolphina, welcome to the program.
Hi, Brian.
How are you?
Happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And your program, and with the help of Tommy G, is called, who's not here right now, it's also known as Tom's Night Templar, the program is called God's Way YATUVAY.
Yes.
But before we talk about God's Way YATUVAY here, there's so much about you, which a lot of people do not know about. What can you just tell us about yourself?
Well, I started my healing journey into wellness.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be disabled, but I wanted to be disabled. So that led me to healing journeys.
Yeah.
And I learned so much along the path. I wrote 4 books. And then I started being on TV.
Yeah.
And that led to the creator host of my own TV show, along with Thomas and God's Way YATUVAY.
Okay. To hear the background music, though, maybe try to like minimize it. Okay. So the as far as the God's Way YATUVAY here, because I also do understand you do a website, which you don't have the accessibility access here in the studio. I'm showing right here from your website, AdolphinaShephard.com. You
Yes.
are an intuitive spiritual teacher, a mentor, an etheric surgeon, researcher, pioneer, and also a gifted metaphysician. Tell us, where did your all this came from?
Well, I think everybody is born with gifts.
Right.
And I think then it's a question of honing it.
Yeah.
Some people have the spiritual gifts given to God, so they're extra special, extra strong in those gifts.
Yeah.
But I think everybody has it. And so I was born with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a matter of honing it and learning to recognize it. Because, people see these things, but they're expecting something big, like a TV screen that you're
Yeah.
going to watch for a half hour.
Yeah.
It's not really like that. It's a flash, and you got to learn to hone into that.
Okay.
And then that, of course, leads to everything once you're in
Okay.
touch with your intuition.
Mm-hmm. Now, where are you originally from, by the way?
Pardon me?
Where are you originally from?
Oh, I'm originally from New Jersey. I'm a Jersey
New Jersey.
girl. Mhm.
Why is it everything always seems happening in Jersey? I don't understand that.
I don't know, but it's a nice little state wedged between New York and Philadelphia.
Yes, I know so much going on. I know. Now, just to make viewers aware, people have seen you on TV before. You have been a notable guest on Spiritual Exploration, hosted by Christine Chavone.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, on today's program, our floor manager and our camera operator is Christine Chavone. She's actually out there
Yeah.
in the studio today. And where did you and being a guest on Spiritual Exploration here, it's not the only show that you're on.
Right.
There was another show called The Fourth Dimension that was hosted by Christine Chavone, but she was not the producer of that one. That was produced by Frank Dudley. He was a producer. He passed away back in 2010. And the show is called The Fourth Dimension, which you and...
That was fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was only like a couple, I think there was only like a couple of episodes on the
Yeah,
program.
on Fourth Dimension. Yeah, because then Frank passed away, right?
Right.
Right. And then, of course, I was on the Grace Grella show. That was my very first
Yes.
TV show.
And I also do have pictures too. One of them, if we can get the first graphic up there, if we get it, the picture here. What are you doing here, Adolphina? I don't know, we have like a little background here. Is this
Well-
Dancing with the Stars?
No, not Dancing with the Stars. We're actually teaching people how to feel energy.
Really?
Because, to make it tangible to them. And I've never had anyone who actually participated in this exercise that couldn't feel.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
I believe the guest right there is Phyllis Greywolf.
Yes, uh-huh.
She is I think
She's a spiritual healer. She's
Yeah.
an energy healer. Mm-hmm.
And we will do the next picture real fast. Now, this is from also the God's Way YATUVAY.
Yeah, I think that's our first episode.
Yes. That's pictured you on the left center. To the very left is Phyllis Greywolf.
Yeah.
To the right is Thomas Night Templar, owns Tommy G. And, of course, you had Christine Chavone
Right.
as a guest show. Let's get to the next picture. This is from the program The Fourth Dimension.
Yeah, I had
And-
on my New York T-shirt there.
We have another picture of that. Can we get just zoom up picture on that one? Can we see?
Yeah,
Look at this.
I love New York.
You love New York, and it's glory, and it's black and white. Where'd you get that shirt from?
You know what? I think I got that in the Carolinas of all places.
Carolinas? They
I
sell
love
New York shirt in the Carolinas?
I think I got that in the Carolinas.
Really?
Yeah, and isn't that
Let's go to the
hysterical?
last picture. Now, this is from...
This is Grace Grella. She's the one who first had me on the TV show. Yes.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
And where was Grace Grella taped in?
She's in Long Beach Island.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw her date on that show. It was done back in 2006, 9?
Yeah, she's a fabulous psychic, Grace is.
Oh, really? She's a psychic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did she found you, by the way?
How did we meet each other? Oh, I know how we met.
How?
One day, I was living in Florida at the time, and
Florida?
I was living in Florida.
Really?
I lived in Florida for about 20
Where in Florida?
years. Oh, all over. But my favorite place was Boca Raton.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know what Boca Raton stands for?
Boca Raton what?
Boca Raton stands for?
What? The rat. Mouth of the rat.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I do know that.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Now, how would they know that unless they were looking at it from above, right?
I know. My aunts and my grandmother's in Florida. They live in South Vero Beach.
Oh, Vera is lovely.
Yeah.
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 That's really nice there.
So you're living in Florida.
I'm living in Florida, and I was having some challenges. As any psychic knows or
Right.
prophet, it's very difficult to get information on yourself.
Really?
So anyway, being intuitive myself, one day I'm looking at a magazine, and there's Grace's photo. And I got a ding on that. It was like, okay, she's the real thing. I'm going to check her out. Well, she was in New York, of all places, Amityville. So I tracked
Amityville?
Amityville, New York.
Oh,
Isn't that
boy.
a riot? So
She doesn't know. She doesn't. I'm sure she knows 112 Ocean Avenue, right?
Probably.
We know what that is.
That movie. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that movie. That was a scary movie, too.
That is the Amityville Horror.
So I tracked her down there, and we had a telephone conversation, and it was hysterical because my husband had never been exposed to this. And we were on extensions, and I was in my office, and I think he was in the kitchen, but I could see him because we had a great big open area. And she said to him, you should look up Bobby so-and-so, and something good will come out of that. And of course, his mouth dropped open because how did she know this person's first and last name, you know?
Really?
And then, anyway, so that's how I got to know Grace. And over the years, we became friends. So she had me on the TV show.
Just curiosity, your husband's not a psychic, is he?
Oh, he is very gifted, but he doesn't admit to it.
Oh, really?
You know, he's one of those conservative people, and he's gifted, but I don't know if he would ever say that he had gifts.
Okay. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now to our topic, it's called When the Earth Split. Just tell us about that.
Oh, my God. This is something, Brian, that I don't know. It was so unprecedented and so huge.
Now, just to jump in, this was done back on August 20th. Maybe we could actually read some of the website. You could use my nook right here, just to help you out.
Well, the thing is, what I did was I posted it afterwards because I really... here, you know, I'm better not reading it. But basically, because I remember it all, trust me, you cannot forget something like this.
Definitely.
This was of unprecedented, enormous information that very few people were aware of. And so I felt it was extremely important to share this information. Well, what happened was, I brought these pictures to put on the site, but you know what? We're short on time, and the pictures didn't come out very well anyway. But what happened was one day I go outside, and there on my fence, which spans about 20 feet, let's say, there I had my own crop circle.
Really?
And I'd never seen it before.
What? Your own crop circle?
They actually made a design on the wood. My fence is wood.
Yeah.
And so Tommy G actually picked it up. He says, oh, my God. He says, you got your own crop circle. I says, you know what? You pinned the right word I was looking for because I was looking at this and I'm going, oh, my God. Well, you know, the thing about it was God knows that I'm a person that likes signs. They kind of thrill me and make me in awe and remind me that, you know, God is always there. Yeah. So sometimes he'll give me signs, and this was a definite sign. Yeah. So naturally I'm filled with curiosity, and I have to interpret this now. Yes. So I have to admit I had to use some of my intuition in there, but the message was that the earth was going to split. And I had a timeline for it. So anyway, this really freaked me out because I had heard many psychics say that the earth was going to split in two. However, since, if your mind can't conceive it, you really can't believe it, right? Much as like what I'm telling you, this is so enormous.
Yes.
So anyway, but when they gave me this message, I said, wow, I got to make sure I'm wide awake and there and watching what's occurring. So I tell my husband this.
Yes.
And he looks at me like I'm crazy. I said, the earth is going to split on August 28th at 2 o'clock.
Really?
And he says, get out of here, and I said, listen, that's what the message says. So it was our anniversary, as a matter of fact. So,
really?
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. So we're down the shore celebrating our anniversary on the beach. And I said to my husband, you know what? Let's stay inside because we don't know what to expect. And just set your watch to this time so we don't miss it. So he set his watch, and so it's so 2 o'clock comes and nothing happens. A minute goes by, another minute, and then all of a sudden, boom! This enormous clap of thunder came, and this huge bolt of lightning. If nothing else, God's dramatic. That we were staying right next to a tall building that had a lightning rod.
Really?
And this enormous bolt of lightning hit with the loudest burst of thunder, and it shook the whole place. And,
really?
It was frightening, really. And I said, okay, there's the sign. There's the signal. So now I'm trying to see, do I feel anything? Do I see anything? Well, the next thing you know, they put me out. I was out for the count, and I was astral traveling, watching what occurred.
Yeah.
So now I actually see the earth split. But when I woke up, everything seemed the same, I mean, everything looked the same.
Yeah.
Everything felt kind of the same. And so I said, okay, I know I watched it, but was this my imagination or what?
Yeah.
So that night we were out on the deck, and you know how birds fly in a pattern?
Right.
And they follow and so forth. Well, there were hundreds of seagulls, and they were totally bewildered. And they was like they were drunk. They weren't following a pattern. Some were going this way, some were going that way. They were flying all haphazard, no direction. Yeah. And I said to my husband, look at that. Now, they seem like they're drunk or something. And I said, okay, this is probably from the shift. They're probably all out of balance.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then we went to bed not long after, and the next day when we woke up, we felt like we were in the twilight zone.
Yes.
We could not get together. We did not feel together at all. So I decided to contact some of my good psychic friends, and I know a lot of them being an intuitive myself.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of my good friends, who's a wonderful psychic, Patricia, came back and she goes, I was surprised at this answer. She says, not only did the earth split, but every living thing ruptured.
Really?
And so everything has damage, and we got to help repair this. Yeah. And I said, oh my God, well, no wonder I felt like in such the twilight zone. So we got a team together, and we started calling on the company of heaven to help repair all living things. Yeah. But you know what? I'm hearing it's going to take from 1 to 5 years for that repair to be done. And so meanwhile, I mean, imagine that. And then I got to thinking, okay, how did that work exactly? Because, the company of heaven did this so amazingly that nobody's aware of it unless you're psychic, right? Right. So I said, you know what they did? They created a mirror image of the earth. And so what we did was we bounced up into the 7th dimension and left the other world behind. Right. But it's a mirror image, so one of everybody and everything came to this new earth, and one stayed behind. Really? Now, do you understand that concept?
Is it more like an out-of-body experience?
No, it's...
well, explain that. I mean, I'm not really too familiar here.
I know. Well, I'm going to explain it to you because I know the
just
concept
curiosity,
is crazy.
before I just want to jump in here, can you define earth splitting?
Yeah, literally, a duplicate of the earth was made. Let's put it like that. A duplicate of the earth was made, and this earth that we're in presently is in 7D, 7 dimension. Gotcha. The other earth stayed in the 5th dimension. Gotcha. Okay? So basically, I know how this works, but I just didn't expect to see it in my lifetime. Usually something like this occurs when you're on the other side and you create it. But basically, most people I don't know. Let me start at the beginning.
Sure.
Everybody has a soul, of course, right?
Absolutely.
And that soul is called a monad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that monad can have many, many different Adolphinas and many Brians.
Right.
In all worlds, all dimensions. You don't know where your other aspects are unless you intuitively can view it or astral travel there or whatever.
Right.
So that means you don't really know how many Brians there are running around. And guess what? You don't even have to look alike, but
Really?
sometimes you choose to.
Gotcha.
So, but in this particular case, when what happened was everything was so coordinated that everybody and every living thing had another aspect occur at that minute when the earth split, so it's a duplicate.
Gotcha.
So now the thing about it that makes it very interesting is now this is the blessing of it.
Mm-hmm.
The blessing of it is we're in the seventh dimension. We're no longer in the third dimension where war can exist,
Right.
where evil can exist. So now that is crumbling, and the new, we're to build the new.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have an issue to work with.
What issue would that be?
The issue is, well, everybody that's watching this and listening should pray to God and ask God to repair their sphere of influence and every living thing. Because, you know, God cannot act, since he gave us free will,
Right.
without our permission. So in other words, your family and your loved ones and everything that you're around is not being repaired because you have not given your permission.
Right.
You see, so everybody has to call on the Godhead and, you know, say, God, please repair me and my sphere of influence and every living thing.
Really?
And then the more people that do this, not only will you repair yourself, but will actually repair the earth. Because, you know, imagine this. If the earth ruptured
Right.
during the pulling apart, as though everything my friend said suffered a rupture, well, that was in the pulling apart.
Yeah.
So let's say the earth maybe had a hole this big, I mean, comparatively. You know, I mean, I'm sure it's an enormous hole. I don't know where it is. It's probably in an ocean or something. But imagine that this could create earthquakes, tsunamis, and all kind of disasters if it's not resolved.
Right.
And the same goes for physical health.
Okay.
You know, if this rupture is not repaired in your life and your loved ones, does that diminish your livelihood? I mean, not your livelihood, your lifespan.
Right.
So this is why it's important to do that.
Yeah.
You know? That's a little far out, though, isn't it?
It is a lot far out.
I know.
Yes.
I know. But, you know, I'll tell you what, it took me a good week to figure out that message on the fence.
Really?
And then another good week to put the pieces together, and then a month to figure out how it was done exactly with the mirror image and everything, because it's just such an astronomical thing to think that this actually happened. But, you know, God created us all, so he can certainly do that.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so since August 28th, the Earth has split into, we're in what dimension we're in now right now?
Seventh.
We're in the seventh dimension. When do you suppose the Earth is going to split again?
I don't know, because I think this is unprecedented. Right now, there is no other Earth, per se.
Gotcha.
However, this is a shocker.
Okay.
For years, I've been seeing the Earth kind of going through a wormhole.
Yeah.
In about 10 years, I think we're going to go to the 11th dimension from the 7th. And we better be ready, because you know what?
What?
Imagine taking a jump like that, right?
Right.
4-dimensional jump. This was only 2-dimensional. This is a 4-dimensional jump. So that means that everybody has to be vibrating at that consciousness.
Right.
Now, the thing is if everybody rises quicker, it may come sooner. If everyone rises slower, it will probably be delayed, because they don't want to kill everybody in the process.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So that, I got some timeline on that, but I've been seeing that for years. But you know what? I never got the information about the Earth splitting until maybe a month before it occurred.
But it's not like a physical split, it's just like a spiritual split.
It's a spiritual split, but it manifested in the physical.
Gotcha.
And in the rupture, you might say it was a rupture in time, space, heaven, and the cosmos, and every other place you can imagine.
Yeah.
You know, imagine the enormity of that. When you think about it, it's mind-blowing.
It is mind-boggling.
I know.
Yes.
I know, so I wanted to share that with everybody, not only because this will be documented for time and space
Yeah.
and for future generations, because of course they'll be curious and they'll be all telepathic by then, but they'll want to see stuff like this, when it actually happened and how it happened and the progression of it and so forth. So this is why it's important, but the key is that that everybody must ask for the repair, so that the earth can repair, so that everybody can be repaired, because otherwise, you know, your lifespan might be cut 15 years short. You see what I mean?
I do believe,
Yeah.
it does. So we have. So basically, the whole key of keeping the earth not to split again is for everyone to be more peaceful, more energetic, more spiritual.
Yeah, more spiritual. I do believe everybody, as the frequency rises, you can't help but open your heart, and that leads you to being more spiritual and more loving.
Yeah. Just curiosity, the book that you have written wrote, YATUVAY, the Manual, How to Perform Miracles Healing through the Energy Medicine. Now, you are the author of that as well as the creator. Our show follows the book.
Right. Because a lot of people, if their consciousness isn't there, I mean, I tried to make it as plain, as simple as I could, but a lot of people said they didn't understand. So this is the idea why this is born, so everybody can experience this healing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I know it's funny, I haven't even got a hold of that book yet. And I always wanted to listen to reselling of it.
And I don't have any to give you either, because they sold out a long time ago.
Oh, really?
Well, the book I wrote it some years ago, and so it's been out 4 or 5 years. You can still get it on Amazon.
Oh, really? Do you think there'll be another? Do you think there'll be another version of the book?
Oh yeah, it will be time for me to update that at some point. You know, some point soon, I suppose.
Okay, because it is available in paperback, but not in hardcover.
Right.
Why not a hardcover?
Oh, because it's more costly.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. To make a hardcover book and to buy a hardcover book always costs more than a softcover.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I always thought that you want to start the hardcover first and then the paperback.
Well, that's the people that are very, very high-level authors that the publisher will promote that.
Yeah.
You know, the Sandra Browns and Tom Clancy's and like that.
Well, speaking of Tom Clancy, he recently passed away.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. We loved his books too.
Yeah. He wrote he recently passed away.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We will probably be seeing a lot of folks crossing over at this time, because when the Earth split, most people had finished their life's mission.
Right.
And so then it's up to each person to decide, gee, do I want to go home and rest?
Yeah.
Or do I want to struggle through this big change we're going to go through? So a lot of people, you'll be seeing a lot of people cross over now.
Yeah.
Not in a major tragedy, but just by their own soul's choice.
Yeah. But it is true about Tom Clancy, and we look up. It was in the news the other day.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. He, let me see if I can look it up real fast on my Nook.
Yeah, you're pretty quick with techie things.
Not really.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, he passed away. Actually, he passed away on October 1st,
2013. Just a couple of days ago.
2013. He was only 66 years old, and he was born, and he also died in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was just 2 days ago.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, 2 days ago of the broadcast, and he was born on April 12th, 1947.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a fabulous author.
Yes. He also had the Call of Duty, all those war things for the as well as the with the American author, best known for technology, espionage, military science, the storylines. Yeah, but speaking of it, but that's like but Tom, we're definitely going to miss Tom Clancy.
Oh yeah, definitely, because I would look forward to his books coming out.
Now, just to wrap up the show, since we have like at least 2 minutes left here. We do have another God's Way YATUVAY, I think, coming soon next month. You're up to your fourth show.
Yeah.
Do you know what the 4th show is going to be about?
Oh yeah, we are going to be talking about a technique I developed called cooking and scan disc, And basically what this will do is it will clean up your body of any outdated cookies, so to speak. Because, you know, just like a computer, you get too many programs, and especially life after life after life, and it makes your body run slower and cause more illness. So you get rid of all the outdated cookies, your body runs faster, you have better health. So this is what we're going to be doing, and it's a very important technique. So make sure you're there.
I'll try to be there. Okay. Since the we still have at least time left out there. Adolphina, I definitely want to thank you for coming all the way out to us to the studio. I know, of course, you do your show inside Studio A with Thomas Science Temple, also known as Tommy G. If anyone out there wants to reach out to you or make contact, how can any viewer do that?
They can email me at adolphinashephard@msn.com, or they can go to my website and check that out, and there's a contact link there as well.
Okay.
Also, they can reach out at Facebook.
Oh, really?
I often check Facebook too, yes.
Perfect.
We also have a God's Way Facebook page.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, where we post inspiring things almost every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
To any of you out there, if you want to reach me, you could write to the studio, or you could write to the studio, or you could email me at lapillreport@gmail.com. LaPillreport Report's also available on Facebook, and also at this moment, I'd like to thank the our staff, Guy Comier, Christine Chavone, and the rest of the staff and crew at the studio, and to the viewers out there, my name is Brian LaPayower, and also the accounting firm at ADC Advisors, and to the viewers out there, my name is Brian LaPayower, and this was LaPayower Report. Thanks for watching.